Welcome to a tiny corner of my garden. This year I managed to grow some rosemary, mint, oregano, and of course sage, the star of today's video. Sage is one of those herbs that thrives with little care, and I find myself reaching for it often when I'm cooking. But this time I wanted to try something new, drying and preserving it to use as a soothing tea or as a fragrant seasoning in future recipes. To begin, I rinse the sage leaves under cold water, paying attention to each one. This step helps remove any dirt that might be stuck to the leaves. After rinsing, I lay them out on some kitchen paper and patted them dry. You want to get them as dry as possible at this stage because any excess water can make the drying process take longer. Next, I spread the sage leaves evenly onto a lined baking tray. Then they went into the oven at the lowest temperature, around 50 degrees Celsius, for about 2 hours. I kept the oven door slightly propped open with a wooden spoon so that the moisture could escape. Every so often I checked on them just to make sure they were drying evenly. When they're ready, the sage leaves will be brittle and flake apart easily when touched. That's how you know they're completely dry. It's really important that the leaves are thoroughly dried because any lingering moisture can cause mould and spoil your hard work. Sage doesn't just add flavour, it's also rich in antioxidants which help protect the body's cells from damage. It's been linked to supporting memory and brain health, calming digestion, and even easing sore throats when brewed as tea. And just the aroma alone can be grounding and uplifting. You can store the dried leaves just as they are, especially if you'd like to use them for tea. Or you can grind and crush them into smaller pieces. I placed some in a mortar and pestle to turn the leaves into a fine powder, but if you want something extra smooth, a spice grinder works perfectly too. While I was busy drying the sage, my husband happened to be baking some vegan chicken pieces. I couldn't resist sprinkling a little of the sage over it for extra flavor. Sage is wonderful with roasted dishes. Try it with vegetables and other vegan proteins of your choice and you won't be disappointed. I popped the rest of the sage in an old spice jar I'm reusing. This batch didn't yield much and I will probably get through it in a couple of weeks, but I'm still glad I gave it a try. If kept in an airtight container away from direct sunlight and heat, dried sage can last anywhere from 6 months to a year. It's such a simple way to preserve the herb, and it means you can enjoy its flavor and benefits long after the fresh leaves have gone. Whether you use it for cooking or brewing a calming cup of tea, it's a lovely way to get the most out of your garden harvest. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe because I post a new video every week, and I will catch you next time. Bye!